Hey, it's Corin from Be the Change Nutrition, and today I want to show you how to make one of my favorite breakfasts. They're called Flourless pancakes, and all you need is a banana and 2 eggs. Yes, that's all you need, no flour. And it's more than just pancakes because I use nut butter and berries. And I roll them up and they're like a crepe. They're delicious. So I know this is not my recipe. This is a recipe that's out there. And I just think it's easier for people to understand if they see it being done, how easy it is. And it's really delicious and healthy too. So, banana, 2 eggs. What I've done is you blend them up. You cannot just mash them in a bowl because you'll end up with banana scrambled pancakes. So what I've done is I have a Ninja food processor and I've already whizzed them up. I've heated up my pan on the medium setting on my stove, and I gave it a quick spray with avocado oil because supposedly it's a non-stick pan, but it's not anymore. So the oil really does help keep it from sticking. So I've got my 2 eggs and banana all blended up in here. My pan is heated up, so I'm just going to pour it in. Let it do its cooking thing for a few minutes, and this is usually when I might use this few minutes to wash my dishes, put them in the dishwasher. So what is happening is it's going to make a giant pancake or a crepe, and what I like to do is put some kind of nut butter. So today I'm going to use cashew butter. I also use almond butter. I use peanut butter. I use the mixed nut butter from Trader Joe's. I use sunflower seed butter, pumpkin seed butter. So really, it's kind of like, what do I feel like this morning? And I just pick one and I'm gonna go with it. And then for berries, I've thought out, I'm kind of low, I've got only 4 strawberries in here, but I buy the bags of frozen fruit, strawberries, mixed berries, blueberries, cherries. And then I usually just keep this bowl full in the fridge, and then they're ready to go the next day. So while this is cooking, so I check it, I know it needs a few more minutes. You can kind of tell when the bubbles start to form on the pancake. So what I like about this breakfast is, aside from it being really delicious, it's very filling too. So I know if I eat this breakfast at 7 in the morning, I'm usually good until about noon. It's like my 5-hour energy type of breakfast, and I attribute that to the 2 eggs providing a good amount of protein, the banana providing some complex carbohydrates, and the fats from the nut butter and fiber from the berries and the banana. It's just a nice combination, blood sugar balancing types of ingredients. And while this is cooking, let me check it again. It's not quite ready. Actually, I'm going to go get my spatula because I do use that to flip it. So yeah, while this is, one of my favorite breakfasts, you can also eat it for lunch or dinner. Right? Who's to say breakfast food has to be for breakfast? I mean, we really are the only species out there that has certain foods for breakfast and then different foods for lunch and dinner, right? You don't see deer or dogs or birds eating breakfast food and then lunch food and then dinner food. I just think it's funny that we have, but I like breakfast foods. I love pancakes and eggs and the types of things you eat for breakfast usually. Oatmeal. Alrighty then, so still not quite there. Well, so one other point I can make is the ripeness of your banana really does matter. So I consider them to come out perfect when the banana is at that perfect eating ripeness. In this weather, they go rotten so fast. So, I feel like there's a few days window where my bananas are good and then they get too brown and then I freeze them for other things. But when they get too ripe, like when you start to see a lot of spots on them, you can still use them, but the pancake's going to be a lot sweeter, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's going to be mushier too, and just the texture isn't as good, and it's harder to flip and harder to stay together. It's just like a softer, mushier consistency. And then if they're too green, they're okay. It's actually pretty good if they're a little bit green on the top here, but if they're like too green, the pancake's just really hard and it doesn't have a lot of flavor, and it's not sweet at all. So I think, you know, the right ripeness for eating is the way to go if you can. So that means shopping on the regular for your bananas, you know? All right, so I don't know if you can see, but starting to see bubbles. So I usually kind of loosen the edges like so. You can kind of tell how it's doing. Oops, maybe a little early. Could be jumping the gun. Sometimes I do that when I'm hungry in the morning. Yeah, it's almost ready though. You know, I'm not about perfection with my pancakes. It's really flip her over and then just kind of fix it because sometimes it doesn't flip just right. God bless you, Sabrina. Okay, so cook the other side, shut it up, and this doesn't take quite as long. So the way I used to make these was I had this awesome pancake maker from Job Lot, and it was half the size of this. So I would make 2 pancakes, but they cooked quicker. Sorry, my kitty cat's got sniffly sneezies going on. So I would make 2 small pancakes basically. So a lot of times I'd make my first one quick, put the nut butter, berries on it, roll it up, and a lot of times I'd eat that one while this one was cooking if I was in a hurry. But you know, just making one giant one has been working for me ever since my little pancake maker broke and I can't find them again. So sometimes I'll even take the lid off, you know, it's just the bottom part is what really needs to cook. So can you see that? This is a little on the soft side because those bananas are a little ripe, but yeah, I'm kind of sorry I only have these 4 little strawberries. I usually use more than this, probably like twice that amount when I make these. So what my plan is to open up this nice bag I have of triple berry mix. It's got blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries, and I will put some in a little Pyrex container in the fridge, and then they'll be ready to go for tomorrow morning. So my pancake's about done. It's a little on the soft side, like I said, but it's okay. Doesn't always hold together perfectly, but so get it on your plate and get your nut butter out. I usually do probably a couple, 1 to 2 tablespoons, probably 2. Just sort of spread it along one side of your pancake, and then you put your berries on there. Again, I would normally probably want a little bit more, and then you just fold it up so you've got this nice crepe-like banana pancake. Yeah. And sometimes I will even put on a little bit of Kerrygold butter, which is delicious, and it gets all melty in there and adds that like salty, buttery flavor. It's so good. So anyways, that is how I make my 2-egg banana pancakes without any flour. Try it. Tell me if you like it. Stay cool this summer, folks. It's hot out there.